Back to Rainbow Six Siege. This is not going to be a gameplay, this is going to be strictly operator videos. First things off, we're going to start off with this one, work our way across, work our way down. But first, before I start, I want you guys to leave a sub, just rate that subs button for me. And I do make a lot of videos for the point out there, if you guys haven't seen any of them before. So if you guys want to see more of this, of me even playing, check it out. But here we go, we'll get started. This here is Sledge. Next up, we have Thatcher.
GPS satellites, unmanned drones, fucking laser sights. The more crutches you have, the more it hurts when they're kicked out from under you. If there's one thing I know for sure, it's that a 6-inch blade never loses reception.
Next, we have Ash.
When I was little, my Savta taught me that silence was a woman's best garment. But I have to admit, I never really took her advice to heart.
Now we are looking at Thermite.
When you mix fuel, metal oxide, and metal powder in just the right way, it burns at 2,000 degrees Celsius. Hot enough to cut through nearly any barrier known to man. Throw some C4 into the mix, and you've got one hell of a combination.
Very awesome. Next we have Twitch.
If you have a few spare hours, I'd love to share the details of how this device is a masterpiece of design. Quadruple independent gearboxes enabling 0 to 20 in under 4 seconds. 10 kilometers of internal wiring, 1,100 expertly machined hand-assembled components, flawless control at over 300 meters. What all my team needs to know is, does it do the job, or doesn't it? And let me tell you right now, it does the job.
Very exciting. Next we have Montagne. Next, we have Glaz.
Do you know what an artist and a sniper have in common? Details. Like when a touch of color is out of place. When a shadow does not match with its surroundings. Or when a shape is not where it is supposed to be. The only difference is the stakes. Mine are higher.
Next, we have Fuse. Badass. Next we have Blitz. One of my personally badass ones. Probably my favorite. Pretty badass. Next we have IQ. Oops. Going into the loadouts. Getting a bit excited there. And she's perfectly okay with all that fancy gear and somehow didn't explode with all those C4s with a magic shot for not even looking. Next we have Smoke. Actually, Smoke is pretty badass. It's also one of my favorites.
I know what you're wondering. What's in the canister? I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you. I'm only mucking about. Relax. As for what's in the canister, it's best you don't ask.
Very badass. How he just comes out the mist. Oh my god, that's fucking awesome. Next here we have Mute.
What the hell are they doing out of position? I don't think anyone deserves to go out like crap. That's gotta be it. Anyone coming through that door? Go, get up with that big old crap. Son of a bitch, we're gonna take the ground. Get down there. Hey, wait, what do you mean everything? Set the up guys. Wait, you see that? Get ready. Look at her feet went down. Looks like someone having your face.
Next up we have Castle. Actually pretty cool.
Amateurs.
Not too shabby. Next up we have Pulse.
In a life-threatening situation, the average person's heartbeat can be upwards of 175 beats per minute. A well-trained tango is able to stay cool, keep calm. Their heart rates can be 70 to 100 beats per minute. But by the time I'm done, that number goes down to 0.
Very badass. Here we have Doc.
I've learned from experience that the place to save lives is in the field, not an office. And sometimes, the only way to save a life is to take one.
Fascinating. Here we have Rook.
I trust that the ceramic trauma plate I'm wearing will stop a .357 Magnum round traveling at 490 meters per second. I trust myself not to move, not to flinch. I trust my teammates. And they trust me.
One of my favorite operators to use, Capcom.
These soldiers think their training will keep them alive. They break down doors and come through windows, weapons drawn. But it's too late. They forgot the first rule of survival. A real hunter always watches where he steps.
It's funny. Next we have Tachanka, or as I like to call him, Tank. Next we have Jaeger. Some people like to call him Jagger.
They said it could not be done. They said it was designed for tanks. They said I could not make it smaller and more accurate. They were wrong.
And last but not least, I'd like to welcome Bandit.
I used to be undercover. I did time. I had to deal drugs. I even had to kill. And I was so good at it that it got me a promotion.
Got him a promotion. Well guys, that concludes this video of all the operators so far for Rainbow Six Siege. There's going to be 8 more new operators coming out and DLC packs, so be close by for those. Sorry. And they'll be sure to be posted. I might even be using them, so you might want to stay in touch with me and some gameplay that I'm going to have upcoming up. So if you guys like this video, leave a like and rate that subscribe button. I'll take that over a like or a comment any day. But if you do have any comments, leave them down below. Questions I always answer. Comments that, you know, are just anything like, oh hey, can I add you or see you do something in one of these videos? Sure, go right ahead. Leave them down in the comments because I will always reply to them, and I always like to stay in touch with my fans that watch my videos. So if you like this, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Stay tuned for more.